The game between Aston Villa and Newcastle just ended, and the game ended 0-0, so points were being shared. But the two clubs went back home with 1-1 point. And the funniest thing in this game was that Aston Villa played for close to 30 minutes with just 10 players. 10 players. And when you take a look at this Newcastle team, you will clearly see the reason why they don't want to sell Alexander Isak. Yes, Newcastle is missing Alexander Isak. Newcastle is missing Alexander Isak, and there is no player currently that can do what Alexander Isak does with Newcastle. There is no player that can do that. There is no player. That is the main reason why Newcastle does not want to sell the guy, though he is not even with the squad. Now, when you take a look at the statistics board, you discover that Newcastle dominated in terms of ball position, in terms of shots, because Newcastle had 16 shots against 3 for Aston Villa. In terms of big chances created, Newcastle created 3 big chances in this game. Aston Villa just created 2 big chances. So, you see, even ball position, Newcastle were dominant over Aston Villa. But what went wrong for Newcastle, that they were not able to find the back of the net against Aston Villa. That's why playing a game for close to 30 minutes with just for close to 30 minutes against 10 players. Guys, if you watch the game, what was the take-home message from that game that you think Eddie Howe, the Newcastle head coach, must have taken from that game? Because it was a very difficult game for both sides. I cannot pretend to you. The game was somehow balanced and at the same time difficult for both sides. Like I said, Newcastle needs to get back Alexander Isak. They need to do anything that is possible to see if Alexander Isak can be convinced, because without Alexander Isak, Newcastle is not Newcastle. Yes, we know that there are times that we cannot say a player is bigger than a club, right? But there are some players that in their absence, you will always notice something. So, Newcastle fans, I beg you guys should go and beg Alexander Isak and bring him back, because this is not the type of Newcastle that we are going to enjoy this season. They are playing beautiful games. We all saw it during the preseason, but they are unable to find the back of the net.